So I'm tired of this person misrepresenting who she is in the Darlie Routier case as an advocate for Darlie Routier. I don't mind that she's advocating for Darlie Routier, but she advocates for her based on lies. She introduces herself as a private investigator and claims that Rich Prater is also a private investigator. This is not the case. Neither one of them are licensed in the state of Texas. So I'm going to encourage the people to do some things. Listen first.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is your favorite true crime host, Sully, and private investigator. And today, me and the partner that I work with, who is also a private investigator here in Texas,
Okay, what she has just done was announced herself as a private investigator in Texas. And that is a crime. Let me explain. Now, she may be going through the courses to gain a private investigation license. Because God knows she's worked in the mental health field, she's worked in the medical field, she's worked as a mortician, she's worked for a medical examiner's office, she's done all kinds of shit. So why not put private investigator under your belt? Now, but she keeps saying that she is a private investigator. Somebody sent me some DMs the other day where she thinks it's me talking to her, and she said she's not taking on any new cases for 6 months. That's not me, Sully. I always tell on myself. What I do is I fuck with you guys for a while, and then later on, I show you how I was fucking with you. Ask anybody. That's not me. But they said it to me, and I know who it is. I ain't telling you, so fuck off. So, this is a crime. And I think that maybe the proper authorities need to know about it. Because it's very disrespectful. Because if people think that you're a private investigator, they think you know your shit. When you're talking about Devin and Damon, who are in the ground now. So I don't think it's fair at all for her to be doing this. And if you email me, only to the people that make this complaint. If you email me at bryanst@gmail.com, I will give you her personal information, including her address, mailing address, phone number, stuff like that, only for the reasoning that you can file a legal complaint against her. I encourage you not to harass this woman. Do not call her house and bother her. Do not go by her house and bother her. But use the information that I will provide in the email if you want to contact Texas authorities about this certain type of stolen valor that she's doing right here. There are many people out there that studied hard and worked hard to get their private investigation license. And most of them aren't out here defending a child killer, unless your name is Lloyd Harold. So let me show you what we're going to do here. Okay, the Texas law is cracking down on these people that steal valor and impersonate a private investigator. It says Texas legislators went to bat for private investigators by creating a new law that makes impersonating a private investigator illegal. Texas currently regulates the private investigations industry through the Texas Department of Public Safety and has similar language on the books regarding licensure requirements. Texas investigators must have an active private investigator's license, and those acting as an investigator without a license will violate a new law. Now, I've asked Rich over and over and over again, is he a private investigator? He's never said yes or no. He avoids it. But this, what she does, she does that because she knows it pisses people off. Because we know she's not one. Written and introduced by Representative Valerie Swanson in January 2021, House Bill 1400 was created to make impersonating a private investigator a Class A misdemeanor offense. The bill also enhances the penalty for a subsequent conviction of the offense of a third-degree felony. That's a felony. Although the anti-impersonation law was a new legislative move, licensure requirements had been in place prior to the passage of the bill, as the requirements appear in the Texas Administrative Code and in the Texas Private Security Statuses and Rules, which both apply to private investigators. To be a licensed investigator in Texas, individuals must meet strict educational requirements in addition to passing an exam and carrying the appropriate liability insurance. The education requirements include completing one of the following options: 3 years of investigations-related experience, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice or a bachelor's degree in another field, plus 6 months of investigations-related experience, or an associate's degree in criminal justice or related field with an additional 12 months of investigation-related experience, or the completion of a private investigation course with a minimum of 200 face-to-face hours that is accredited by a 4-year university or state of Texas. Now, I don't know if she's caught a degree or not. I doubt it. She never mentioned it, is why I doubt it. I don't think she's stupid at all. But she doesn't meet any of these requirements. Now, maybe, because she told someone she wasn't taking any cases for 6 months, so maybe she's got some of this done, but she's not a licensed investigator and wasn't one when she kept saying she was. Beyond the educational and insurance requirements, individuals wanting to become a licensed investigator must be over the age of 18, must not have a criminal record charged or convicted, must be mentally competent. Well, is she mentally competent? She did get treatment in state hospitals. Must not have been disorderly discharged from the military and must not be a sex offender in any state. The Texas Association of Licensed Investigators, TALI, provides the complete breakdown of requirements on their website. The legislative effort of HB 1400 was primarily welcomed by the Texas private investigators through the Texas Association of Licensed Investigators, was not responsible for putting forth the bill. Current TALI president Kathleen Torres said, "We applaud the efforts. Those who work as an investigator without the proper education and licensing not only take work from investigators who put forth the time, effort, and money to be licensed, but unlicensed investigators could also jeopardize the safety of others." Texas investigator Roseanne Gustafson Cottongame Kale offered, "I am very glad this new law has finally passed. As a licensed private investigator, we spend a lot of money on licensing and education, as well as insurance and tools we need for our profession and marketing. We lose work when unlicensed act as investigators illegally." The anti-impersonation bill was sponsored by Senator Paul Bettencourt and gained traction when the co-author Representative Briscoe Cain signed on in March 2021. The joint authors, Representatives Tony Tinderholt and Leo Pacheco and Alex Dominguez, signing on in April and early May. Those interested in learning more about changes in laws and regulations regarding the requirements to be a private investigator in Texas are encouraged to stay up to date with the Texas Association of Licensed Investigators. So, where do you report? Where do we report? For those who have the time, and those who have the wherewithal, or the gumption, and those who want to stand up for Devin and Damon against people like this, who lie about their credentials in order to gain sympathy for their killer. What you do is you go to the Regulatory Services Department of Texas Department of Public Safety. These are the laws and the regulations. We'll find out how to report it. Okay, so you want to go to dps.texas.gov/section/private-security. You want to be on their private security page. You want to scroll down. Let's do that now. Believe me, if this don't work, I'll keep pressing it. Yeah, I was calling this number because I'm trying to figure out how to report a person who's claiming to be a private investigator but isn't licensed in Texas, and I'm trying to go through the steps to find out how I report this person for that because I know it's illegal.
Yes, sir. Give me just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to our regulatory services division.
Yeah.
They usually handle complaints of that manner.
Okay. This is how you report somebody, Sully. Remember when you used to do that to my YouTube videos? Let's see what it says down here. Criminal activity. All right, I'm going to try the phone first. Yeah, I'm calling to report a crime, but it's not an emergency. So I looked up your website, and it says I can do that here.
Yes, what would you like to report to?
Okay, I know that it's against the law in Texas law to present yourself as a private investigator when you're not licensed. And I looked up the laws to be sure I was correct, and I am. We have this young lady who's identifying herself as a licensed private investigator, and she's speaking up. I don't know if you know the Darlie Routier case from down there or not, but she's a supporter of Darlie Routier. But we have her literally recorded in text claiming that she is a licensed private investigator. And we've asked her to stop doing that. She won't stop doing that. I know it's against the law. I think it's a Class A misdemeanor. And if she does it more once, it goes up to a third-degree felony. That's what I wanted to do, is report that.
Noted. And do you have any information on this individual?
Yeah, she lives in Pampa, Texas. Her name is Anna K. Sullivan.
How do you spell that?
Sullivan, you mean?
Yes, sir. And it is regular spelling A-N-A-N.
A-N-N-A-K Sullivan. S-U-L-L-I-V-A-N.
And where in Texas did you say again?
She lives in Pampa. She's easy to find.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you just ran into her, or just, I guess, how do you run into her?
She, on social media, she presents herself as a private investigator. I'm on the other side of the case. I don't know if you know the Darlie Routier case, but she's a supporter of Darlie Routier's, and she tells everybody she's an investigator when we know she's not. She's lying about the case. I, on the other end, we support the conviction of Darlie Routier, and we want to see the sentence carried out. But with her coming out saying that she's a private investigator, she's got people listening to her that think she's a private investigator, that thinks this woman that is being convicted is innocent. I ran into her on social media. That's how I ran into her.
Got it. Noted. Okay. And what is a good callback number for you if an investigator wants to call you and ask you for further questions?
937-687-8768. And I'll give an email too. If you can't get a hold of me there, you can email me.
So you said, sir, 937-687-8768.
8768.
Okay. And what's a good email?
What's a good name?
A good email, sir.
Oh, BryanSt@gmail.com.
@gmail.com.
Yeah. And there may be other people who call about this because she continuously claims to be a private investigator, and we know she's not. It's illegal. You can't do that.
Yes, sir. Okay. I have all the information I know. We're going to go ahead and pass this forward to the investigator, and they will call you if they have any further follow-up questions.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye. So that number, let me just move it over here. That number that I just called and made that report, and I'm going to email, I'm going to keep calling that number. I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm not just going to make one call and let it go. That number is 844-643-2251. For those that live in the Texas area or those that watch this, call them and tell them what you think about stolen valor, about people presenting themselves as experts in the Darlie Routier case or investigators in the Darlie Routier case, that it isn't so. This, to me, is me protecting Devin and Damon from liars like Sully, who desecrate them each and every day when they tell another lie about this case. I encourage people, if you think this is a crime, and we know it is, and you don't think it's right for her to be doing this, then call that number. You can also do it by email if you don't want to do the email. Let me show you how. If you don't want to call, you can do this by email by going to iWatch Texas, the community reporting system, and it shows you how to do it. You create the report right here. You can remain anonymous, but I don't think you should. But I think something should be done about that. Clip the videos, and those that have, clips of her claiming to be a private. I've got 2 or 3 of them. We've got her saying it. We've got her offering services. So I think that she's disrespecting Devin and Damon, and I think that, just like they're doing out in the streets of LA, they feel like that, I shouldn't be there. They're speaking out, and it's making a difference, even though I don't agree with it, but it's making a difference. So voices and numbers will probably make a difference, and I'd like to see them slap a charge on this bitch. I really would. How about y'all? Justice for Devin and Damon Routier. One supporter at a fucking time.